Recognized as a prominent figure in the realm of historical philosophy during ancient Rome, Seneca played a vital role as an advisor to the Roman Emperor Nero. His contributions served as inspiration for notable individuals like Thomas Aquinas, Arthur Schopenhauer, Howard Friedrich, and Marcus Aurelius. Seneca is credited with imparting moral teachings that emphasize the significance of harmonious coexistence with nature, exhibiting courage in challenging times, mastering one's emotions, and nurturing wisdom. His name is synonymous with a set of principles for a more fulfilling life. Embracing the value of time in an era marked by ceaseless diversions, the true worth of time often eludes us. Modern life is rife with distractions that lead to the squandering of hours, days, and even years on trivial pursuits. Seneca's counsel serves as a reminder that time is our most precious and non-renewable resource. Once expended, it cannot be reclaimed. Hence, a prudent approach demands the judicious use of time and a refusal to allow it to slip through our fingers. Seneca's wisdom encourages us to focus on what truly matters. Rather than dissipating our time on empty amusements, we should channel our energies into activities that nurture personal growth, draw us closer to our aspirations, and imbue our lives with meaning. Tailoring time for value. Seneca's advice prompts us to reflect on the varied ways in which we can invest our time judiciously. The counsel he offers is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Rather, it invites individual interpretation. For some, investing time in the company of loved ones might hold paramount importance. Others might find fulfillment in acquiring new knowledge, refining skills, or pursuing a cherished project. The essence lies in ensuring that the time we spend aligns with our objectives and gratifies our sense of accomplishment. Employing our time astutely also necessitates guarding it from those who might unwittingly or intentionally fritter it away. This might involve learning to tactfully decline commitments that do not resonate with our priorities, or curbing distractions to foster undivided focus on endeavors of significance. Seneca's sagacious insights endure as a timeless reminder of the irreplaceable nature of time and the imperative to allocate it wisely. Time stands as our most precious asset. Do not permit it to dissipate without purpose. Instead, let us utilize every fleeting moment judiciously, directing our focus toward endeavors of true significance. Upon awakening each day, let us query how we might extract the utmost value from the forthcoming hours. What actions can we take that would instill a sense of accomplishment and contentment? It's imperative to bear in mind that each passing minute is irretrievable, a finite resource. Thus, ensure that each minute contributes substantively to your journey. Consider the tranquility that envelops the soul. Picture yourself at the edge of a serene lake, its waters pristine, the air redolent with freshness. In this setting, an overwhelming sense of peace, serenity, and consonance with nature prevails. Seneca encapsulates this phenomenon as the tranquility of the soul, a condition of inner calmness. It arises from the pursuit of congruence with nature, both external and internal. To embrace harmony with nature signifies not only respecting the natural world around us, but also harmonizing with our innate selves. This entails heeding our inner voices and charting our unique paths. It involves embracing our entirety, including strengths and vulnerabilities alike. By living in consonance with our authentic selves, Seneca encourages the cultivation of virtue and wisdom. Through introspection and self-awareness, we unravel our desires and emotions, subsequently mastering them instead of being governed by them. By embracing this way of life, living in harmony with both nature and our intrinsic being, we attain a state of inner serenity. This state becomes our sanctuary, an oasis of tranquility wherein we can retreat, finding solace regardless of external turmoil. Thus, let Seneca's sagacious counsel resonate. Embrace the value of time and cultivate inner tranquility. The tranquility of the soul isn't a commodity to be acquired through purchase or achievement. Rather, it's a state that emerges from aligning oneself with nature and embracing one's innate disposition. This state holds immense value as an aspirational goal, a unique gift we bestow upon ourselves. I encourage you to embark on a journey to find your own tranquility of the soul, to coexist harmoniously with nature. The significance of life. How often have we encountered the adage that life is fleeting? But what does it truly signify? Seneca illuminates us, conveying that it's not merely that we possess limited time. It's that we squander considerable portions of it. Herein lies the crux of existence, our time and life. Contemplate this. How frequently have we expended moments agonizing over matters beyond our control? How many opportunities have slipped away while our minds dwelled on the past or fretted about the future? According to Seneca, life is a treasure, with every instant holding weight. Each breath, every notion, every action proffers a prospect to live fully. However, for this to materialize, we must grasp the value intrinsic to every instance. Recognizing that it's not the quantity of time but rather how we utilize it that holds importance. Life isn't confined to mere cycles of inhalation, sustenance, labor, slumber, and repetition. It transcends these bounds. It is an opening to evolve, learn, cherish, experiment, and above all, to contribute. Yet, to achieve this, we must lead lives imbued with purpose, a purpose that furnishes direction, maintains our focus, and supplies the impetus to rise each day. It guides our choices, prioritizes our endeavors, and permits us to live our lives in the most gratifying, substantial, and meaningful manner possible. Thus, let us always bear in mind, life is evanescent and invaluable. Every instant is of consequence. No moment should escape our grasp. Avoid expending your time needlessly worrying about matters beyond your control. Instead, seize each day with a sense of purpose, dedicating your utmost to every endeavor and relishing the opportunities for growth and learning that present themselves. Indeed, as Seneca aptly conveyed, it's not a question of having a scarcity of time, but rather the substantial portions of time we squander. Thus, ensure that you are utilizing your time in the most productive manner possible. Therein lies the true essence of life. Philosophy as a guiding light for Seneca. Philosophy was far from a mere mental exercise or an intellectual diversion. It served as a compass, a life map. It wasn't merely about comprehending who we are and what we're meant to be. It extended to understanding how to live. Imagine philosophy as a GPS for life. Just as we rely on a GPS to steer us through unfamiliar routes, philosophy aids us in navigating life's uncharted waters, weathering storms, and making decisions at crossroads. It assists us in determining the right course when we're adrift and in staying on track when times are arduous. For Seneca, philosophy was not confined to books or academic discussions. It was a philosophy to be lived, permeating every moment, decision, and action. Whether we're selecting a career path, practicing compassion, facing failure, or celebrating triumphs, philosophy equips us with the tools to navigate these choices judiciously and beneficially. The next time challenges arise, don't merely ponder what to do. Ask how philosophy guides one in tackling the situation. When making decisions, do not approach them lightly. Instead, contemplate what philosophy has to offer regarding your alternatives. In essence, philosophy serves as a guiding beacon, functioning as a navigational compass through life's challenges. Philosophy isn't about providing definitive answers, but about fostering the right questions. Irrespective of the uncertainties life may unveil, individuals can always turn to philosophy for direction and insight. While philosophy may not possess all-encompassing solutions, it does empower them to formulate pertinent inquiries and seek truth from within themselves. As Seneca posited, philosophy isn't just an intellectual pursuit, it's a way of life. Detachment from material possessions in a society often linking material affluence with happiness, the prevailing notion dictates that the attainment of possessions like cars, houses, and gadgets is key to contentment. Nevertheless, Seneca offers an alternative viewpoint. Despite his own wealth, he accentuated the peril of relying on material goods for our well-being. Seneca posits that genuine richness isn't confined to bank accounts or material possessions, but rather lies within us. Our capacity to find happiness in our current circumstances, to savor life's simple pleasures, and to lead lives guided by virtue and purpose constitutes the true wealth. Visualize a scenario in which all material aspects vanish: cars, houses, money, and more. Amidst this void, what remains is our character, integrity, capacity to love and be loved, experiences, memories, and wisdom. These elements constitute the authentic treasures of life. Indulging in material pleasures isn't inherently problematic, but we must refrain from allowing them to define us or dictate our happiness. True fulfillment emanates from embracing an internal richness that transcends mere possessions. Genuine happiness doesn't hinge on material possessions but on our intrinsic essence. In line with Seneca's sentiments, I encourage you not to tether your happiness to material wealth. Revel in life's simplest joys. The sun's warmth on your skin, the scent of rain, the sound of laughter, the embrace of loved ones. Cherish your experiences, memories, and the wisdom you've gained. These embody the true wealth of existence. Remember, it's not what you possess, but how you utilize your resources that shapes your authentic affluence. Lead a purposeful and virtuous life, and you'll realize you possess more richness than you ever imagined. Virtue as the ultimate good, the essence that confers real worth upon our lives, isn't contained within bank balances, societal status, or material acquisitions. Seneca resoundingly answers these inquiries with a resolute no. For him, an individual's value doesn't rest in possessions or social standing. It is instead anchored in character and virtuous conduct. Seneca staunchly holds that virtue reigns as the paramount good, the linchpin to a joyous existence. It surpasses the significance of wealth, fame, or self-perceived achievement. The crux of the matter is that without virtue, true contentment remains elusive, irrespective of financial abundance or worldly recognition. But what does living virtuously entail? It extends beyond adherence to a predefined set of rules or a code of ethics. Leading a virtuous life signifies a perpetual pursuit of self-improvement, perpetually striving to better ourselves. It involves treating others with empathy and consideration, seeking truth in our actions, and making choices founded on what is morally right and just, rather than what's convenient. Virtue isn't a commodity to be transacted or quantified by monetary metrics. Instead, it evolves through our daily actions and choices. It's a reflection of who we are at our core and the values we embody through our behavior. Our lives mirror a canvas, painted by our actions and choices. It's vital to remember that authentic happiness doesn't reside in material possessions but rather in the virtue we nurture within our hearts and minds. Seneca aptly reminds us that virtue stands as the ultimate good, a pivotal ingredient for a joyful life. While treading the path of virtue can prove arduous, it's an expedition worth undertaking. Ultimately, what truly matters isn't what we accumulate but who we become. Embrace a life of virtue, seek truth, embody justice and kindness, and uncover that genuine happiness lies within your grasp. Mastery of emotions in our contemporary world, temptation and distraction abound, and the constant surge of emotions and desires can veer us off course. Seneca imparts a lesson. To live a life of genuine freedom and serenity, we must attain mastery over these impulses. Rather than suppressing our emotions, Seneca urges understanding and management. Consider your emotions and desires as a spirited horse. It cannot be left to roam unchecked, as it might lead you astray. Yet, you cannot confine it indefinitely. The solution lies in learning to ride, directing it towards desired destinations. Through this control, we attain an internal tranquility and freedom previously unattainable. We liberate ourselves from the shackles of impulses, transitioning to a life congruent with our values and profound principles. I encourage each person to cultivate a high level of mastery over their emotions and desires. Instead of permitting these impulses to steer you, learn to wield them for your own benefit. This pursuit heralds true freedom and genuine inner peace. Just as Seneca reminds us, this endeavor is essential for leading a life that's rich and purposeful. Rather than surrendering to the current of your emotions and desires, acquire the skill to navigate against it. Transform from a captive of your impulses into their master. View diversity as an opportunity. Adversity isn't something people readily welcome. Facing challenges and difficulties can be daunting, disheartening, and even frightening. However, Seneca imparts an alternative perspective. Adversity need not evoke fear or avoidance. It should be regarded as an opening, an occasion to learn, develop, and fortify oneself. While it may seem counterintuitive, adversity, typically associated with pain and hardship, can indeed foster growth. Consider it this way. Just as a muscle requires resistance and challenge to expand, our minds and spirits necessitate trials to reinforce and evolve. Challenges compel us beyond our comfort zones, compelling us to confront weaknesses and surmount limitations. They instill resilience, perseverance, empathy, and humility, encouraging an appreciation for our blessings and life's small victories. Adversity doesn't solely grant strength, it also imparts wisdom. Challenges are our educators, imparting invaluable lessons. Reflection and growth through challenges, adversity serves as a potent teacher, imparting wisdom about ourselves, others, and life itself. It nurtures patience, equipping us to face obstacles with resilience. These challenges illuminate the reality that life isn't always effortless, yet they also underscore that life holds endless possibilities. Therefore, when confronted with adversity, avoid surrendering to despair. Instead, embrace it as a mentor, an instructor poised to challenge and aid your growth. Recollect the wisdom of Seneca. Adversity, rather than an adversary, can function as a catalyst for learning and maturation. Through challenges and trials, we emerge fortified and enlightened. Thus, confront your challenges with courage, learning from missteps, and consistently seeking growth within every circumstance. Embracing the inevitability of death, an inevitable facet of existence, is universal. It's a reality that touches everyone, regardless of background or accomplishments. Instead of recoiling from this truth, we should recognize it as a natural and necessary component of life. Contemplating our own mortality can be overwhelming, yet it's in this contemplation that we discover the profound value of life. Realizing the ephemeral nature of our time on this planet imbues each moment and experience with heightened significance. Seneca's viewpoint regards death not as a termination, but as a transition, akin to the changing seasons. Just as spring evolves into summer and summer into autumn, life transitions into death, marking the progression to the subsequent phase of our existence. Mitigating the fear of death, Seneca's advice to quell the fear of death is to approach each day as if it were your last, not as an endorsement of fatalism, but as an endorsement of embracing every moment. By cultivating this perspective, we learn to appreciate life's fleeting beauty and make the most of every instance. This mindset reframes the way we perceive our existence and encourages us to live with intention, depth, and gratitude. Every moment, every opportunity to engage in life fully, presents a chance to offer our best selves. By approaching death with tranquility and acceptance, we can find peace. Seneca's wisdom echoes, "Death is inevitable, yet it need not evoke fear." Instead, we should embrace it as a natural part of existence. Let each day be lived purposefully and with gratitude, regarding death not with trepidation, but with understanding. Carpe diem, for fear of death should not hinder our living. Rather, let's acknowledge death as an integral aspect of life and seize each moment. The value of friendship extends beyond mere superficial exchanges or convenient relationships. Seneca views it as a profound connection, forged by mutual affection, built upon respect, trust, and reciprocity. Friendship is a precious gem, deserving care and appreciation. Seneca's perspective underscores that friendships aren't solely about companionship or amusement. They are, in his view, fundamental for a good and contented life. Our friends aren't just sources of comfort during tough times, but they also partake in our joys, challenges, and growth. Beyond providing happiness, friendships play a pivotal role in personal development. Friends encourage us to explore alternate viewpoints, challenge our comfort zones, and confront fears. They offer invaluable life lessons and contribute to our empathy, understanding, and love for others. Seneca's perspective positions friendship not merely as enjoyable, but as an indispensable cornerstone of a fulfilled life. The theme addressed by the philosopher Seneca, as previously exposed, is deeply relevant and timeless. His reflections on virtue, accepting death, overcoming challenges, and the importance of friendship touch the essence of the human experience. I find his approach a wise compass for tackling life's complexities. Seneca's emphasis on virtue as the highest good resonates strongly. We live in an age where the pursuit of the material and the superficial often overshadows the importance of cultivating moral and ethical values. The message that true happiness lies in the way we live and our ability to be virtuous is a key reminder. The idea of seeking growth through challenges is also an enriching perspective. Rather than fearing adversity, we should see it as an opportunity to grow stronger and learn valuable lessons. The discussion of accepting death can be disconcerting, but Seneca's approach makes it more palatable. Accepting death as an inevitable part of life is an important step towards fully appreciating each moment. It's a way of redirecting our attention to the intrinsic value of each experience and relationship, allowing us to live with gratitude and intention. Seneca's take on friendship is also inspiring. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget the depth of human relationships. His definition of friendship as a genuine bond based on trust and mutual respect highlights the importance of building meaningful connections. The idea that friends not only bring us joy, but also challenge us and help us grow, reminds us of the true richness that friendships can bring to our lives. In short, Seneca's philosophy offers an insightful guide to living a more meaningful life filled with virtue, acceptance, and genuine connection. Their reflections transcend the barriers of time and culture, illuminating our way through the uncertainties of the human journey.